Hey y'all, it's Johnny. Look what we got going on here today. Double wall French press. Sterling Pro, unique double screens. Now, the wife is just getting into coffee drinking. I am not a coffee drinker. I like tea. Not much for hot liquids unless it's freezing cold outside. We're going to get this bad boy out. Check it out. Alright. I did forget to mention a second ago, this can be used for tea also. So, there you go. Inside the box, you got the manual and the help card. If you have questions, missing parts, problems, it has the website and everything to get a hold of Sterling Pro to take care of the problem. The two extra screens in this bag that they give me with this deal. I am doing this. I did get this at a discount in return for my honest review. But I'm going to show you everything on camera, so you're not going to miss anything. There ain't going to be no lies. But you can see here. All stainless. Show the handle. Now we will get into the internals here in just a second. Okay. Pull this out. Inside there. Here's the dual screen inside that rack. This unthreads from the bottom, letting you take that apart and clean it all. And those two screens will slip right out. You see the hole in the center right here, the screens. Slides right off, slides right out of there as soon as you unscrew that. And that grid plate comes off. There's your bottom. And we'll go through this whenever we go to make it. You see how that's hugging the side. That's going to make it so there's no coffee grounds escaping or tea coming through the edges whenever you go to plunge this. So we're going to go through that process. We're going to make a batch just to see how this thing works. So give me a second. Alright, got my ground coffee. They say rough cut, or you can even use the already ground coffee that you have in the grocery stores. But some people say go have it ground yourself, have the rough ground or rough cut coffee. I've read it both ways, where the ready ground stuff is just fine. There's nothing wrong with it because this double screen's not going to let the grounds through anyway. So I got the water heating up. You're going to get your water hot, not boiling, because they say don't use boiling or else they can mess up the flavor of the coffee. And I'm going to add, shooting from the hip here, there is measurements, but I'm not going to make quite as much as I thought I was going to, because I'm not going to drink all this. I'm doing this just for y'all. So water's heating up. We're going to have it ready here in just a second. I didn't mention they give you a measuring spoon inside there. It came inside the coffee pot whenever I took the lid off. Okay. Coffee is inside there like we just went over. I am going to take this, pour the hot water in it, and I'm not going to do it right here on camera because I'm not going to spill it, make a mess, and have y'all laugh at me. So it's going to be 1 second. I'm taking this away, coming over to the hot water, doing this over the sink because I will make a mess. I've seen me do it. The hot water is in there. Yeah, you can see the top of it. Now, what they tell me, I'm going to go out on a guess and say you leave it down on the bottom like that without even reading the instructions, because that's what men do. I'm going to push this down on in there, and then this gets fed. Wait, you brew You let it brew. That's what it is. I'm gonna let it brew for about, with that in there, for about 10 minutes. Here's some of the instructions. Y'all hear the smoke alarm starting to go off? I left the burner on the stove. Nothing's burning down. I didn't burn anything up, so I'm not getting yelled at by the warden when she gets home. But there's your run through of the instructions. Said allow the coffee to brew for about 3 minutes. Then holding the pot handle firmly with the spout turned away from you. That's in case you slam it down, it doesn't come flying out of the spout on you, would be my guess. Apply slight pressure and slowly lower the plunger straight down. If the filter clogs or it becomes difficult to push down the plunger, you should remove the plunger from the pot, stir the brew, and then slowly plunge again. That's just me. They're saying if them coffee grounds are stuck up towards the top of the water floating, and it might plug it up and hard to strain through. So you mix it up and try to get the coffee grounds to settle down towards the bottom before you try to plunge it. Of course, then you'll be ready to serve coffee immediately. If you're not going to drink all the coffee you have brewed immediately, and then within 10 minutes or whatever, if it ain't going to be poured out, then you should pour it into a separate container or thermos or what have you, and don't leave it brewing inside this. I guess it gets your brew's too long, what have you. So in a 3-minute period or whatever, slowly push this down, and you can feel there's resistance. It's not hard. I mean, you can do it with a finger, but you can feel that running down the edge in there. Now it says once I do this, then it says it's ready. Look at my fingerprints all over that thing. Ain't that nice? That's professional. There. So, I'm going to grab... No, this is not a coffee cup. No, I am not a coffee drinker. This is a clear glass. That way you're going to be able to see, I don't know, however dark that coffee is. But it did go about 3 minutes. Maybe I could have went a little bit longer. Maybe I had my mixture not right. Maybe I needed more coffee in there. I don't know. But that's the process. There's the product. I've shown you how that screen comes off the bottom to clean. It all unscrews. You get the extra screens, 2 extra screens with it. I can't foresee you needing them right away for a while. I don't see why those other screens wouldn't last as long as you just spray them off, clean them off, and dry them and take care of them. If you damage them or got them kinked, I guess you'd need 2 more, but there you go. And then you can get a hold of them for extra parts if you need it also. So, you coffee drinkers, or you tea drinkers, because they say this can be for tea also, there you go. I mean, it's a sturdy pot. Stainless. There's no real nooks and crannies on this thing. That's what I was looking for around the handle, like being a pain on cleaning. The worst part of the cleaning is just down there at the strainer, and it all comes apart, so you can spray it out and wash it out real easy. So those who are just 1 or 2 of you that are drinking coffee or tea, I'd say this is perfect. If you got a lot more people, then you might need a big coffee maker or something. But I like it. I think it's a good product, and it's a good buy.